Hello there. Thanks for checking out this edition of R&R's Ask the Expert. Today we are talking about the experience because, hey, shows are coming back soon. So I am joined by Larry Cooper, who is one of the co-founders of the experience. He's the main person behind it. I know he has an amazing staff that also helps, but he has been organizing and reorganizing and redoing and replanning and all of the things for the last more than a year. So we are excited to hopefully be having a show pretty soon in April in Charleston. And I wanted to bring Larry in to talk a little bit about what the show's going to look like, the safety protocols, the schedule, the sessions, and all of that. So Larry, thank you very much for being here. So tell us a little bit about the background of the experience and your trade shows that you do for people who haven't maybe been yet.
Absolutely. Thank you. And by the way, I just take credit for everything that happens around me, and my staff is freaking amazing. So they get all the credit for whatever happens on site, especially. You know, we started the experience after I sold my company. I was in the cleaning and restoration industry for over 30 years. And I had about 85 people working for me, and thought I'd retire, and that didn't last very long because I was bored to death, to say the least. And so I had an opportunity to participate with a group of associations to put on a great education program. We called it a convention, brought in a trade show, and then it evolved over time, and we started the experience. And, you know, our goal really is to lift the industry as high as it possibly can be in the cleaning and restoration and remediation industry. And so we've been what we think is very successful. And we have tried to make a difference in bringing in new science, new ideas, as well as look at the standards and, you know, what is it that we can do on jobs to protect the people that we're working for, protect our own people, as well as making sure that we're doing the very best jobs we possibly can out there. And so what we really found in the classroom was people didn't learn as well as using hands-on. And so when they're in the classroom, we would give them the basics, and then we'd go into the trade show hall and do hands-on and really go back to those basics and let them do it. Let them try it out and bring in the latest technology and information we could find, newest tools that were available in the industry, and let them try them and see how they work for them to apply them to their businesses.
Yes. Okay. That is one of my favorite things about the experience is in the trade show, especially in the fall, you have the flood house and you get to see how things are dried or, you know, learn things hands-on, plus the wellness area. And just there's so many different ways to learn hands-on instead of, like you said, just in the classroom or just walking the show floor. There's so much more to it. So before we jump into the programming for this year, can you tell us a little bit about some of the safety measures that you have in place for people who might be concerned about COVID, obviously?
Well, there's nobody more concerned about it than we are. So just want everybody to know that. First of all, we have been following the CDC measures, and we've been working with GBAC and a variety of organizations to understand exactly what safety protocols are. And then I've been working with the meeting industry to understand what people are implementing. And last week, I was actually at a meeting in Fort Lauderdale with other meeting planners to just hear what they're doing and see what their ideas are. And it was very helpful for us, but we've had 10 months to work on this. So we're really ready. So the best idea that's come out of everything that I could adapt was the idea of wearing a wristband. And that wristband gives everybody the opportunity to make decisions for themselves about where they are. So we're going to have red wristbands, and that wristband will say that, hey, I'm trying to be cautious. 6 foot distancing is where I'm at, so please honor that. And then the next wristband is yellow. And the yellow wristband stands for, you know what, I want to network, I want to be with people, but I want to be cautious. So elbow bumps are okay, kind of thing. And, you know, I want to interact. And so we'll have a lot of both of those. And then we'll have some of the last color, which is green. And green means, hey, man, I want a hug, you know, kind of thing. So we didn't want to make that decision for people. We will have a mandate about several things. Wearing a mask is not something you can discuss with us. You're either going to wear a mask or you won't be in our area. Secondly, will be all kinds of hand cleaning stations. Third, we will be social distancing in all of our classrooms and at our live demonstrations. And then fourth, in the trade show hall, we still have a large trade show hall. It's about 160 booths and some really large pavilions in there. But we're using a room that's double the size, which isn't great for me, but it is because we want to be cautious. So we have a lot of aisles. We don't have long rows of exhibits and of exhibitors. And so you'll see smaller pods together. And so it's not like there's going to be large gatherings of people. You can actually distance and visit people. So those are some of the things we're looking at. And then we're also looking at new technologies that are available, and we're going to have some of those on site. And then we're also looking at a program right now, which I believe we're going to implement, which we ask everybody to pretty well register themselves online on their phone device and tell us how they're feeling, what's going on, if they've been exposed. And then when they walk up and they show us that, we're going to take their temperature. It records on their device and gives them a red light or a green light. Hopefully they all have green lights and can proceed. But if there's somebody there that's not feeling well or is running a temperature, they're not going to be allowed into our area.
Okay. Okay. So what is networking going to look like? The normal networking and cocktail hours and things that would normally would be, what do those look like now?
Isn't that a great question? I want to do it. It's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
We are going to have cocktail parties.
Mm-hmm.
And we encourage everybody to stay at the Embassy Suites because the cocktail parties are tied to the Embassy Suites Hotel.
Okay.
So they're going to be hosting them and helping us with social distancing. Again, masks are required unless you're drinking or eating. Mm-hmm. And we just ask everybody to be very safe, obviously. Yeah. They're going to have to determine that. We're not going to have police in there telling them what they can and can't do. There'll be a limitation on how many people can be in there based on size, but that is about it. It's up to the individuals. I don't think handshaking is probably appropriate. I don't think that hugging for most people will be appropriate, but there's some that will. And I know many people have called me already, said, I got my vaccine already and I'm ready to go. So that's pretty darn awesome also. And we know that a lot of that will be going on during that time as well. Mm-hmm. So we will have hard, steadfast ideas and rules that we want people to pay attention to. But at the same time, people need to make a decision themselves about where they are.
Yeah. Sure. Is there any technology from right within the restoration industry that you're embracing within your safety measures?
Yeah, thank you. There's several different devices I've been looking at very carefully. You know, one of the concerns I have is I love the industry because of the advancements we've made. Mm-hmm. And the disinfectants that are available, there's some very good products out there. But unfortunately, many people aren't following label instructions and aren't necessarily doing jobs the way they should. And so spraying a lot of chemical and not following the directions specifically is certainly of concern to me. And so I've been looking at alternative energies. I've been looking at light type of energies. Mm-hmm. And so we will have some light energy inventions there for people to look at. And so I'll just tell you about a couple of them very quickly. One of them is one of our exhibitors that uses UV. And he took what looks like a college refrigerator sized box, mm-hmm. and he put UV in there, and we'll have it out front so that when you walk in and you have a cloth mask of some kind and you want to see if you can sanitize that, you can put it in his device for 1 minute and the UV will help destroy some of the germs that are there. So that's a nice little safety measure there. Secondly, I have an inventor that I've been talking to for about 6 months, And he has something that is above UVC with an algorithm. And we're hoping that he's allowed to bring in his devices to share with us. He has a wand with this light that kills virus in 3 seconds.
Wow.
He has another device that can go into ductwork. He has a walkthrough type of device that will kill anything that's on a person. And then he's got other devices that he's inventing. He's been working with the Army and Navy for 9 years. And what he really started out doing was taking black water on Navy ships and making it into drinkable water with light energy.
Wow.
So he figured if he could do that with black water, he could do air really easily. And so he's converted some of his technology, and so far it's working pretty good. And then I've been talking to another gentleman who actually works with HVAC systems. And so they've developed a system with HEPA filtration, and we know HEPA filtration helps. But then he developed a system where anything that escapes through HEPA filtration, they can kill the virus with this light technology.
Okay.
And it actually turns into something that's good for the environment. And it's collecting other virus. So a lot of good ideas out there, a lot of possibility for the future for our industry. And probably what I'm most excited about, Michelle, is that for the first time since I've been in the industry over 40 years, almost, 45 years. No, it's longer than that. I better shut up. Anyway, I'm very old, as obviously. Consumers are recognizing how important cleaning and restoration is. They're talking about it.
Yes.
They recognize it. They're doing it themselves, but they're hiring more people than ever before. And what we need to come out of our show with is a new way for all of us to brand cleaning, to get out to consumers. And so the experience is going to lead the way in encouraging people, supplying information, and let's see if we can do some kind of amazing opportunity online to get the message out to consumers. Clean is it, man. Clean is the thing. And so it would make a difference in their lives.
Okay, all right. So let's move on to education a little bit. I know you're still working on the agenda, probably not totally set just yet, but what is the agenda looking like? What are some of the big topics that you're planning to cover?
Well, we're going to have 3 tracks of education. We're working to see if we can do some online education also, so we're broadcasting, but that's not complete yet. That's as complicated a thing as I ever wanted to think about. So that's a whole nother subject. But the 3 topics are cleaning, restoration, and then some general topics. But we're going to be talking a lot about the pandemic, obviously. And some of our keynote speakers include Jeff Jones and Gavin McGregor Skinner with GBAC, and talking about what's real with this pandemic and real training and activities in the environment to help. Those are critical things, I think. I also think we want to talk about, and we've asked you to put together a panel of what happened during this time. It's been a long time. It's going to be over a year by then. And what's really happened? What's happened to your companies? Have you been busy? Are you slow? Did you have to use new techniques, new training, new PPE? Those things are critically important. But then we're also going to do some of the general things also. We are going to build a single-story house. We are going to be doing new restoration ideas in there. And of course, there's so much with Bluetooth technology now. We're going to be doing some experiments with that also in the exhibit hall. And then Shaw Industries, who is a great partner, has a Shaw Lab area. It's very large. And in that area, they're going to be doing carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, rug cleaning, hard surface floor cleaning, and teaching about these floors that we're seeing all over the US right now. My hotel room in Fort Lauderdale, I walked in and it was luxury vinyl tile. And I was like, what? Boy, this world, what's it coming to, you know? I'm an old carpet guy. I love carpet. So there's a lot to learn there also. And then several other organizations have taken large areas to do training, and we'll be doing training outside also. So I think we'll have 6 or 7 truck mounted units outside doing live demonstration. And then we're also going to be doing some extraction work outside for water damage restoration. We're going to flood some rugs, try all the different tools and see what that's like. But, you know, ultimately, the most important piece of every business is learning how to manage and market your business carefully. And we have some great vendors and some great programming around those areas. And people should really pay attention right now because there is a huge growth opportunity for their companies. And these folks can help you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I was perusing your website a little bit and I noticed that, you know, you only announced a few weeks ago, right around Christmas, New Year's, that this was for sure a go. And you've already got a number of booths sold, which is great. So I'm curious what kind of interest you're seeing from vendors and attendees and what kind of feedback you're getting about having a show.
I think the word is hallelujah. I think there's so many people very excited. We sold 71% of our booth space already. And so we're working a way to finalize that as well. Registration opened up last week and registrations are coming in very strong. We're limiting registration to 1,250 people.
Okay.
So we ask people to register early because unless South Carolina changes their rules, that's where we're going to be. And so right now we're at 50%. And I've rented a lot of space at the convention center. We basically have taken over their convention center to hold this convention. And so we think there's a lot of enthusiasm. There's also people that I've talked to that are concerned. They have health issues. They are, you know, in that percentage of people that are susceptible to getting very sick if they were to get the virus. And we completely honor that and tell them, please, you know, take care of yourself and your family before anything else. But those people that want to come, I think we're going to have a great time. There will be some social events carefully. There will be great education and hands-on. And our exhibitors are so excited to see you. That's all I can tell you. They're just busting out about, you know, what they can bring. And a lot of them worked on new ideas, new technology, tweaking things, making things better, easier to use. And so you'll see a lot of that there also.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, Larry, anything that we didn't touch on that you want to touch on before we wrap it up?
You know, we're just honored to be able to work in this industry. I've been doing this my whole life, and we absolutely love doing everything we can to share education and to help people in the industry grow, both our exhibitors and our attendees. And so we invite you to come join us in Charleston. We're looking forward to Vegas in the fall, but I think Charleston's going to be amazing. And Charleston really is a beautiful, quaint town. The beaches are beautiful. The old town is amazing. The restaurants are incredible. And there's a lot to do. Bring your families down. That's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to bring a lot of the grandkids down and let them enjoy the beaches and have a good time there. So I think everybody's ready to break out.
This is true. Well, Larry, thank you so much for all of your work on this. I know that the R&R team is very excited to be there. So we will see people who are watching this, hopefully April 19th, 20th, and 21st in Charleston. You can find out reservation and information on rnrmagonline.com. If you go under events, we have the event listed there, or you can go to experiencetheevents.com. That's Larry's direct website. You can find all of the registration information that you need there, hotel information, all of that. So Larry, thank you again so much. See you in April.
Thank you so very much. We're looking forward to it.